This is Scott Rank. Welcome back to The Best You. Today we're going to delve into the hurt layer. And wow, what a complex, difficult topic this is. We could look at it from a whole bunch of different angles, but for today, what we're going to consider is when someone else has hurt you. So I'm thinking divorce, I'm thinking about financial dealings, I'm thinking about spousal abuse, child abuse, any kind of hurt that's been inflicted on you. So let's buckle up our seatbelts. We're going to dive into this. It's going to take several weeks, really several videos to cover this topic, but my ambition is for you to be the best you can be. We're going to have to learn how to deal with the hurts in our lives. So let's go. All right, let's get to business. So when we are hurt doesn't stay a hurt very long. Hurt turns into other things. If you're in an abusive situation, hurt may turn into fear. If you're not in an abusive situation and somebody has just wronged you, especially a man, hurt will quickly turn into anger. And when it's not resolved in a healthy manner, anger rapidly can turn into growing resentments and later even bitterness. So I want us to back up a second, and I want you to think about somebody you know has a beach house and they're going to give you a free weekend for just you. You're going to go alone and you're going to be off by yourself for a couple days over the weekend. I want you to stop and think about, number one, would you look forward to that? Do you enjoy being alone? And what happens when you are alone? Now, I'm not presenting these videos like a high-octane salesman. These things are more designed to make you think, to give you space to think. So I want you to think about, if you're alone, you find yourself at the beach house all by yourself, no accountability for a couple days, what does your mind shift to? Would your mind shift to peace, serenity? Wow, I'm just looking forward to being away. I'm going to read a little bit. I'm going to relax. I'm going to totally enjoy myself. Or would your mind instantly shift to maybe rehearsing stories about someone who hurt you or when you were hurt? That would be one of the big shifts that would happen when you're alone, is your mind begins to rehearse the hurt. The second thing that might happen when you're alone for a couple of days with no accountability is your mind might instantly shift to something that you're going to do that's maybe a little bit of a naughty pleasure. Maybe you're going to decide to tie one on the first night. You're going out and get drunk. Maybe you're going to indulge in some kind of sexual escapade. Maybe you're just going to go to the grocery store and buy cookies and ice cream, and you're going to sit in front of the TV and indulge yourself and gobble down a half a gallon of ice cream and eat cookies and potato chips. And what are you going to do? One of my best friends in the world used to say to me, the reason you don't like being alone, Scott, is you're alone with a crazy man. And I'm going to tell you, until we learn how to clear out the hurt zone, this is something that has happened early and often to us through our whole lives. Everybody on the planet has had hurt inflicted on them. We all have hurt, and nobody has ever told us what to do with it. So we often just stuff it down, pack it down, try to pretend it didn't happen. But when we get alone, when it's quiet, those things bubble back up. And it's something we have trouble getting away from. So I believe most of us are either going to rehash it, we're going to tell ourselves stories, we're going to fill in all kinds of details about what they did to us and why they did it, And we embellish that story considerably. We all become fiction writers in our head, or we try to run from the pain. We don't like the pain of the hurt. We don't even want to think about it. We want to block it out. And so our minds subconsciously trip over to some kind of pleasure escape. That's why I wore my tie-dye shirt today. I did that for a special friend that is a big fan of these videos, and I know he's watching today. But we often escape. We try to escape the hurt. And actually what we're going to talk about after we finish the hurt is a secret layer, and that's where most of those activities will fall. When we're trying to medicate the pain of the hurt, when we're running from the hurt, we're going to delve into our secret layer, and we're going to get our stash of whatever, and we're going to try to deaden that pain. So as we end this video, the first one on hurt, I really want you to stop and think about what happens to you when you get quiet, when you're alone. What's the first things that come to your mind? Rehearsing the pain, or something just pops into your mind that you can get busy and run from the pain? Ponder these things and come back, because we're going to unpack this hurt, and we're going to give you solutions of how to deal with it in the videos ahead. I want you to be able to live your best life, and there's no way you can live your best life until you learn how to deal with the hurts that have been inflicted upon your life. Subscribe to the channel, click the button when it comes up, and see you next time.